Welcome to another video on Power Query. In Dueling Excel podcast number 183, Mike and Bill has shown us an awesome method through VBA and text join functionalities to combine the rows data. Let us have a relook at the dataset. We have the IDs appearing up over here and comments for each of the IDs. If you see, there are multiple comments for the same IDs and we need to combine all the comments for a single ID in a single row separated by commas. One particular comment may have three different comments or more than single comment. We want to combine all the comments together like this. Bill has used a VBA functionality to combine this, and Mike is using text join functionality of array formulas to combine this dataset. I will be using Power Query to get the identical steps. So let us go and look at the query which I have created up. As a first step, I loaded the data. Change type was automatically applied. Then I applied a grouping on this ID column. Let us have a look at the grouping which I have applied. I have selected ID, then count of rows for IDs and all rows over here. So this output I got. In tables you see all rows with the ID and the comment only for that particular single ID. I expanded this column to get back the comments for that particular ID. So I have the count and the comments appearing up over here. I added the index column starting with the 0. Then I identified the modula of this index and count like this. I removed the columns of count and index which are being mentioned over here. Then I pivoted based on the modula column which we have got, and I have selected the comments in values functionalities, and in advanced option I have selected don't aggregate so that I get this final output. Then I merged this column by commas over here. So we got all the details required over here. Now I have removed all other columns which were not required and loaded this data back to the Excel sheet. Now there is a little problem with this Power Query which we have built up. So if you see in this Power Query, in the group functionality, we have maximum number of rows for a single ID is 3. So let's say there is another ID which has more number of rows, then you will have to re-perform this last two steps only. So let us have a look at it. Let's go back to my dataset and add few more IDs over here. So this time I will add 4 rows for this particular ID. Let's say I'm adding this, and now if I go back to my Power Query and click refresh, I will be getting an incorrect data set. So here if you see, it's not coming properly. So let us go back to this Power Query. Delete this last two steps by right clicking delete until end. So you get this 4 columns, then select all these 4 columns, go to add columns, merge columns, then select custom. Under custom you can select comma and then space, click OK. Remove these columns which you don't require, and now load this data back to Power Query Excel sheet. Now this time you will get the correct data set. So whenever you have a new data set and if the number of rows for a single ID are more than that or less than the previous maximum, you will have to re-perform the last 2 steps only. So that's it, like for this Power Query. If you want to learn more about how all these steps have been applied in more detail through using the ribbons or even the Power Query formulas, go to my Power Query course on Udemy. The link for this Power Query course I have provided in the description of this video with the coupon code already been applied. This coupon code is valid only for specific time, so start enrolling fast. Thanks a lot guys for watching this video.